Hello friends, welcome to JavaScript Interactive Applications video tutorials series. In this video tutorial, I would like to discuss how to create area of circle calculator application in JavaScript. So let's get started. I search for Notepad. I select the Notepad. You can see that Notepad got open. Here I am going to write the basic structure of HTML5 document. I say less than, exclamation mark, doc type, HTML, greater than. By reading this line of code, browser understands the given HTML document is a HTML5 document. We know that HTML document begins with opening HTML tag, ends with closing HTML tag. In the opening HTML tag, I say lang equal to en. That indicates language of this document is English. We know that HTML document is divided into two sections, head section and body section. To indicate the head section, we write opening head tag and closing head tag. To indicate the body section, we write opening body tag and closing body tag. That indicates the body section. In the head section, I say meta char set equal to UTF-8. That indicates character set of this document is Unicode transformation format 8. I save this file at the desktop. File, save as. I save the file at the desktop with the name default.html. Both sides I put double quotations and say save. I minimize the notepad. You can see that default.html page is created. I right click on it, say open with Google Chrome. You can see that default.html page is open in the Chrome. Title is set to default.html, which is same as the file name. I want to change the title of this web page to area of circle calculator app. To change the title of a web page, we take help of the title tag and we write the title tag in the head section, opening title tag, closing title tag. Here I say area of circle calculator app. I say file, save, go to browser and refresh. You can see title of our web page is changed to area of circle calculator app. Next, we are going to design the structure of our application using HTML, guys. So what I do in the body section, I am going to create a div, opening div, closing div. I am going to identify this div uniquely by giving the ID container. Next, inside this div, I say opening label tag, closing label tag. Label tag is used to display the label or text, guys. I say here radius colon. If I say file, save, go to browser and refresh, you see radius colon is displayed. Below this text, I display a text field where the user can enter the radius of a circle. I say here br, break line, and then I say input, type is equal to text. I'm going to identify this input field uniquely by giving an ID of txt radius. Txt means text field, radius, and the by default value should be 0. If I say file, save, go to browser and refresh, you see we got a text field where user can enter the radius, guys. Next, I am going to create two buttons here, calculate button and reset button. So what I do, I say here 2 times br, break line, and then I say here input, type is equal to button, and the value I say here calculate, calculate. So if I say file, save, go to browser and refresh, see we got a calculate button. Next, I create reset button. So for that, again I say input, type is equal to button, and the value is equal to reset, close. I say file, save, go to browser and refresh. See we got a reset button. Next, I am going to display here at the bottom area of circle equal to 0. For that, I say br 2 times and then I create a span tag. So I say opening span and closing span tag. Inside that I say area of CIRCLE circle equal to 0. I identify this span uniquely by giving an ID of SPN result. If I say file, save, go to browser and refresh, you see area of circle equal to 0 displayed, guys. Next, I am going to apply some CSS style. I am going to present it differently. To present the application differently, definitely we take help of CSS. So to add styles, we take help of the style tag. I say here opening style tag and closing style tag. And here I say type is equal to text or CSS. So inside the style tag, we write the CSS code, guys. So we define the structure of the application using HTML. To present it differently, we take help of the CSS. HTML is a structural language, CSS is a presentational language. So here I am going to select this div by its ID attribute value. So we take help of the ID selector. I say hash, I say container, container, opening flower bracket, closing flower bracket. What I am telling here, I am telling select the HTML element whose ID attribute value is set to container. This HTML element ID attribute value is set to container. Its background color, BACKGROUND, background dash color should be light gray. If I say file, save, go to browser and refresh, you see light gray background color is applied. I am going to change the width. So I say here width of the container should be 20%. If I say file, save, go to browser and refresh, you see width is reduced. Next I am going to add some padding. For that I say PADDING, padding of 10 pixels. If I say file, save, go to browser and refresh, you see we have added some space around the content. Now our application is looking good, right? So that's the use of CSS. Next we are going to add behavior to calculate button and reset button, guys. To add behavior to HTML elements, we take help of the JavaScript, and to add JavaScript we take help of the script tag. So I say here opening script, closing script tag, and here I say type is equal to text or JavaScript. So inside this we are going to write the JavaScript code, guys. JavaScript is a behavioral language used to add behavior to HTML elements. So here what I say on click is the event. On click I want to execute calculate, calculate function from the JavaScript. I am going to create this function. So I say here function calculate, opening flower bracket, closing flower bracket. When we click on the calculate button from the JavaScript, calculate function is executed, guys. Understanding? What I want to do, I want to get the current value of the input field with the ID txt radius. I want to get the value of this field. So first what we do, we get the reference to this field by its ID, guys. How do we do that? We say here document dot get element element by ID, and here we give the ID txt radius. Document dot get element by ID txt radius gets the reference to the element which has the ID txt radius. So this element has the ID txt radius. We got the reference. We don't want to get the reference actually. We want to get the value of that field. So what we say dot value. So this code returns the value of this text field. We can display that value in the alert using the alert box. I say here alert. Now we are going to display the value of this text field in the alert box. File, save, go to browser and refresh. So if I enter here 2 and click on the calculate button, see it has displayed 2. I say OK. If I say here 3, click on the calculate button, see we got 3. And remember, one of the important thing here is whatever the value that you are getting, it is of type string guys. The 3 what you are seeing here is not a number 3. It is actually a string 3 guys. See, when you say document.getElement by id txt_radius.value, you are actually getting the value as a string. You are getting string 2, string 3. You are not getting the number 3 or number 2. So you are going to get the value in the form of string. I can prove that by saying here type of the value I want to see. I don't want to display the value. I want to display type of the value. Definitely you will see string displayed guys. If I say file, save, go to browser and refresh. If I enter here 2 and say calculate, it is telling string. The value that you are getting here is not a number 2, it is a string 2. That's what it is telling. If I say here 3 and say calculate, it is telling type of this value is string, not a number. Definitely, to perform the mathematical calculations, we have to convert the string into a number. To do that, we take help of the number function guys. So I say here number, I am calling the number function, and to the number function we are passing that value. So remember what happens here. Document.getElement by id txt_radius.value. For example, you have entered 2, it returns string 2. Understanding? That string 2 you are giving to the number function, right? You are giving to the number function. What the number function does, it converts that string 2 into a number 2, and then the alert function displays that number 2. If I say file, save, go to browser and refresh. If I enter here 2 and say calculate, we are getting the 2. This time this 2 is a number, not a string guys. If I say here 3, calculate, we are getting the 3. It is a number 3, not a string 3. I can prove that. If I come here and say again type of, definitely you will get this time number displayed, not the string. I say file, save, go to browser and refresh. If I enter here 2, it says it's a number. See, it's a number. If I say here 3 and calculate, it's a number. You see that. So we have successfully got the value of the txt radius field, and we have successfully converted that to a number. The converted number we are going to store inside a variable called as r guys. Understanding? We are going to store that number, whatever the number we are getting, we are going to put that inside the variable r. Why? Because the formula for calculating the area of circle is pi r square. So that's the reason radius we are just storing in the r variable. We are getting the radius, storing in the r variable. Next, I am going to create one more variable called as area of circle, and the formula for area of circle is pi r square. Pi r square. So how do we write pi? In JavaScript we have math object, in that we have pi constant which returns the pi value guys. Star indicates multiplication operator, r multiply by r. So that is pi r square formula in JavaScript guys. Now we are going to get here area of circle. We can display that in the alert box. So alert, display area of circle value. Okay, so we are displaying the value of this variable. If I say file, save, go to browser and refresh. If I enter here 2 and say calculate, we are getting 12.56637 something, right? And we are getting the correct result guys. I can prove that. If I go to Google and search for area of circle calculator, you can see the formula for area of circle is pi r square. If I enter the radius here too, it is telling the area will be 12.56637. See, same thing we are getting here, 12.56637. But here we are getting only 2 digits after the decimal point. After the decimal point it is displaying 2 digits. We can also do that by using a code. So what I do here, on this variable area of circle, I call the function called as toFixed. Inside that I pass the value 2. Okay, what are we telling? Display the area of circle. Okay, but after the decimal point display only 2 digits. toFixed displays 2 digits after the decimal point. So if I say file, save, go to browser and refresh. If I enter here 2 and say calculate, see we are getting 12.57, which is same here also, 12.57. If I enter here 3, we are getting 28.27. Here also same thing we'll get. I say OK. I enter 3 and say calculate, 28.27. 28.27. So successfully we have written the code for the calculate button. We are calculating the area of circle, but we are displaying the area of circle in the alert box. I don't want to display in the alert box. Actually, I want to display here area of circle equal to 28.27. Like that it should display. For that, what are we going to do? First, we are going to get the reference to this span. How do we get the reference to the span? By saying document, document, document dot get element by id. Here we pass the id spn result. Here instead of saying dot value, we say dot inner html. Inner html. Inner html indicates the content of the element, guys. So what are we telling here? The content of the HTML element whose ID is spn result should be equal to, okay, should be equal to area of circle equal to. So here in double quotations I say area of circle equal to plus whatever the area of circle we calculated. If I say file, save, go to browser and refresh. Now what happens, you see, if I enter 2 and say calculate, it displays area of circle equal to 12.57. If I enter here 3 and say calculate, it displays area of circle equal to 28.27. So we have successfully implemented the calculate button, guys. I hope you guys have clearly understood what this code is. When you click on the calculate button, calculate function from the JavaScript is called. We are getting the value of the txt radius, for example 2 you consider. We are converting the string 2 into a number 2, storing that inside R, and then pi r square we are calculating, storing that in the area of circle, and the inner HTML of the span, that is this span content, should be equal to area of circle equal to whatever the area of circle is. I hope it's clear to you. Next we are going to implement the reset button. To implement the reset button, I say here on click, we are going to call the reset function from the JavaScript, and I am going to create that function. So I say here function reset, opening flower bracket, closing flower bracket. So what should happen when we click on the reset button? This text field should become 0. Its value should set to 0, and here we should get area of circle equal to 0. So what are we going to do? I am going to copy this line of code from here, paste, equal to, I say 0. The value of txt radius should be 0, semicolon. Next, I am going to copy this line of code from here, copy it and paste here. The content of spn result, this span, should be equal to area of circle equal to 0, and then put a semicolon. If I say file, save, go to browser and refresh, check out what happens. If I enter here 2, say calculate, we got area of circle equal to 12.57. If I click on reset, see text field is reset back to 0, and here we are getting area of circle equal to 0. If I say here 3, calculate, area of circle equal to 28.27, reset the application. So that is how you take help of JavaScript and implement the behavior of calculate button and reset button. We have successfully written the code for area of circle calculator interactive application in JavaScript. Congratulations, guys. For this video tutorial, this much is enough, friends. I suggest you people to watch this video again and again, understand everything clearly, try it yourself step by step. If you try it yourself step by step, you understand more clearly, guys, and try to create it without seeing by yourself. In the upcoming video tutorials, we are going to discuss more interactive applications in JavaScript. If you like this video, hit the like button and share with your friends so that everyone will get benefited. For more benefits and be up to date, do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Keep learning, keep coding, keep sharing. Thank you guys. Thank you very much. See you in the next tutorial.